Imagine missing a single indemnity clause. Not because you didn't know the law, because you were buried inside a 47-page contract at 11:30 p.m. The next morning, your client signs. 3 months later, the dispute lands on your desk. And now you're explaining why nobody caught the language that shifted thousands of dollars in risk. The worst part? The clause was there the whole time. In 2024, researchers comparing AI systems and human contract reviewers found that fatigue, not legal knowledge, was one of the biggest drivers of missed issues during lengthy reviews. In this video, you'll see a simple AI-powered contract review workflow that many small firms are already using to cut review time without handing legal judgment to a machine. And there's one step near the end that most attorneys skip. Ironically, it's the step that makes the entire workflow safer. Stay with me because that final step is the difference between using AI as a force multiplier and using AI as a liability. A lot of firms now have AI tools. Very few have an actual workflow. Let's talk about the real cost of traditional contract review. Not billable hours. Attention. Every contract review is a battle against fatigue. The first 10 pages get your best focus. Page 20 gets less. Page 40 gets whatever energy is left. According to industry benchmarks, lawyers routinely spend 2 to 6 hours reviewing a standard commercial agreement, depending on complexity. Now multiply that by dozens of contracts every month. The old process turns expertise into a bottleneck. That's exactly why JP Morgan built its Coin contract intelligence platform. Before automation, reviewing certain commercial loan agreements consumed roughly 360,000 hours of lawyer and staff time annually. The problem isn't competence. The problem is scale. Clients want answers faster, contracts keep getting longer, and the old workflow wasn't designed for that reality. The first step is simple. Stop using your brain as a search engine. Use AI as the scanner, upload the contract, then give the AI a specific assignment, not review this contract. That's too vague. Instead say, identify provisions related to indemnification, limitation of liability, termination rights, governing law, assignment, and confidentiality. Now the AI has a mission. Within seconds, it creates a map of the document. Not legal advice, a map. Think of it like a junior associate who never gets tired. It points. You decide. One recent legal team deployment reported that AI surfaced more than twice as many material risks during first pass review compared with their prior manual workflow. Quick reality check. If you're using AI to tell clients whether a clause is acceptable, you're already using it wrong. AI should find. You should judge. That's the difference. The lawyers getting the best results aren't replacing legal analysis. They're eliminating document hunting. Step 2. AI as the comparator. Once key clauses are identified, move to comparison mode. This is where the real time savings start. Take a clause, paste it into your AI tool, then provide your preferred language or your firm's standard language. Ask, compare these provisions and identify substantive differences. Now you're reviewing differences instead of reading everything from scratch. That's a completely different task. The AI highlights missing protections, risk shifts, added obligations, unusual language. According to multiple legal tech benchmarks, clause comparison is one of the areas where AI creates the largest efficiency gain, often reducing review time by 50 to 70%. You immediately focus on what matters. Instead of spending 30 minutes finding issues, you're spending 30 minutes evaluating them. That's where your expertise creates value. So far, you've seen how AI can locate issues and compare language. But neither of those steps is why experienced attorneys are quietly adopting AI workflows. The real advantage comes next, and it's also the step that prevents embarrassing mistakes. Because even the best AI systems miss things, and so do lawyers. Step 3, AI as the challenger. Most lawyers stop after issue spotting. That's a mistake. Now reverse the process. Ask the AI to challenge your conclusions. For example, assume I missed a material risk in this agreement. What concerns would another attorney raise? Or, identify provisions that deserve additional scrutiny before execution. This changes everything, because confirmation bias is dangerous. Once you form an opinion, your brain naturally looks for evidence that supports it. AI can act as a second set of eyes, not perfect eyes, just different eyes. In the well-known Law Geeks NDA benchmark, attorneys averaged 85% accuracy, while the system achieved 94% accuracy on issue spotting. The lesson isn't that AI is better than lawyers. The lesson is that different reviewers catch different things. That's why challenge mode works. Think about aviation. Pilots use checklists, not because they lack expertise, because expertise alone isn't enough. The same logic transforms medicine. The same logic improves contract review. Systems reduce avoidable mistakes. Implementation example. Here's what the workflow looks like. Step 1. AI identifies key provisions. 5 minutes. Step 2. AI compares language against preferred standards. 10 minutes. Step 3. AI challenges conclusions and searches for blind spots. 5 minutes. Then comes the final legal review. One boutique commercial law firm reported cutting NDA review time from roughly 2 hours to 25 minutes after implementing a similar AI-assisted workflow. The key word is assisted, not automated, assisted. Remember the open loop from the beginning? The step most attorneys skip? It's not issue spotting. It's not clause comparison. It's challenge mode. The deliberate attempt to prove yourself wrong before the client signs. That's the safeguard. The workflow isn't powerful because AI finds clauses. Basic software can do that. It's powerful because it creates structured friction, a forced second perspective before decisions become final. That's something law school rarely teaches. Law school teaches analysis. This workflow teaches process, and process is often where expensive mistakes are prevented. If you're a solo attorney or small firm lawyer, test this workflow on one contract this week. Measure the time, measure the quality, measure the confidence level of your review. The firms winning with AI aren't necessarily using better tools. They're using better systems.